Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
I am hurt. And apparently high as hell. Look at her eyes. Jeez. Who are you? I've changed my mind on what I was going to say. Who are you?
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense we will come to no harm.
Alright, I'll play along for now. But only because you told me to.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the Academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atton. If she is a Jedi, she will forgive. And if she is not, she will not care.
You can't tell her. Please. I'm asking you. I don't want her to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atton, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this woman we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve her until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atton, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Dejarik can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
It's scenes like that that make me love this game. Kreia is awesome. Atton is awesome. The writing is awesome. A critical moment approaches, eh?
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the Exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
It was not my intention to come here, Idris, or see you again.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
The Council exiled me out of fear. Of Revan, of me, and of what we represented.
You sought adventure. You hungered for battle. You could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
I also recall you wished me imprisoned. Or worse.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the Center Stone. I have kept it, so I would never forget.
Kept it. Stole it, you mean? Didn't realize you still had it after so many years.
I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
Insult to the Order? You insult me by carrying it.
Then you misunderstand its meaning while it is in my possession, and what it now represents. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
The Council was weak and ruled by fear.
And you were ruled by hate, aggression. That is not the way of a Jedi.
And the Council's way was to meet aggression with surrender. I'll take my choice any day.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way, and you turned on us.
I did not lose myself there. I found myself.
No, you lost yourself, and you lost your way. It is the price of action without reflection. It is what we were taught as Jedi.
So you were content to let the Outer Rim die for the sake of teachings?
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
Have you been reading The History of the Blind? Revan won the war.
A physical victory perhaps, but the real victory lay in...
The triumph of pacifism? Surrender?
Do not twist my words. A physical victory is not the only victory, or the only loss.
If you trust only in the Force to settle events and disregard the need to act, then the Mandalorians would rule the galaxy.
You do not know...
Oh, please. Anyone who stepped outside the Jedi Archives would know it.
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
Your anger? Is it because you secretly wish you'd had the strength to follow me to war?
What? What do you mean?
Ah, I can see it in you. You wanted to fight by my side, but you were too scared to defy the Council.
You're wrong, just as you were when you defied the Council. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
I'm here because a pretentious Shutta stole my ship.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Peragus mining facility.
The destruction of Peragus was an accident.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
Why don't you tell me?
Without the fuel from Peragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet, and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
What do you mean?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
So now, I get blamed for the actions of the Sith?
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith have returned, and they are hunting all Jedi.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
Peragus. I encountered them on Peragus.
Peragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
I was the only Jedi they could find. They didn't realize that I'd left the Jedi behind.
If you were the best target they could find, the teachings of the dark side blind the Sith indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Listen, Atris. They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently from the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your grasp of tactics is questionable.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
No arguments here.
Take your ship, then. I don't care where you go, just leave this place. Leave Telos.
We shall remove her, mistress. Come with us. Are you all right, mistress?
The exile reminded me of something. I had forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Was she important to you once?
We all have our heroes, and when we watch them fall, we die inside. She made a choice once, and I did not. The day we judged her, I stood in the chamber, and she was so right. She was so certain of it. I doubted myself, but not now. She will never make me doubt myself again. But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
What a facility. This is all underground? Imagine the amount of digging that one would have to do to make all that empty space. Lots of shovels. Lots of really big shovels. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, door, high door. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like the exile has a little bit of anger towards the council. And I see a little bit of red in the clouds. Yep. I'm not gonna hide it anymore. I am not a Jedi. I am definitely not gonna be following the path of the righteous in this game. I just don't think it makes sense. I was right. And the council was wrong. They stripped me of my power. They make me so mad that I pace back and forth between these handmaiden sisters. Bunch of bitches. Anyway, on that rather epic note of long, awesome cutscenes that make me love the game so much, I think it is time for me to end the session here. And next time, we'll see a little tiny bit more of Telos before we go on to bigger and better things. This has been KBM, vengeful as always, and I hope you're loving this as much as I am, because I'm loving it. I'm loving it. See you later, Jedi scum!